Quick disclaimer, before you watch this video, I highly recommend watching the part 1 to the story. I'll put a card on screen now. How I got fired. Oh boy, it came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't expect it at all. I did my job, for the most part. I never pissed off the Gus, for the most part. I did what I was supposed to do, for the most part. I wasn't a bad worker, but I didn't exactly go out of my way to do stuff. I was just the bare minimum. Like, my manager would schedule way too many buses for a night, so there would be nothing to do, but he would scream at you every time if he saw you not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? This takes place my first shift back in 3 weeks because I went on vacation out of state and had to do a 2 weeks quarantine. So I was getting back in the swing of things and it was closing. What happened that shift, that was last video, and it was 3 buses left. All the other ones went home or got sent home early. All 3 of us went up, met up, and we were like, all right, well, someone do bathrooms, someone do trash, and someone finished busting tables. I was like, oh, bet, I'll just do the bathrooms because it's gonna take the shortest amount of time and I'll be out of here pretty soon. So I go do bathrooms. I mop, sweep everything, wipe everything down, clean the toilets, empty out all the trash. What we're supposed to do, you know? And now I'm like, I eat shit, I'm done. And I could have waited like another 20 minutes to get my my percent of the tips, but it was only gonna be like $5. So I was like, it's not worth it. I'm tired. I'm gonna go home. So I was like, I'm gonna head out. Our systems are down. So I went up to one of my managers and I was like, how are we supposed to clock out if the systems are down? He's like, just come in tomorrow and ask and tell me what time you clocked out. I was like, okay. So I go home. The next day, I asked my mom to take me to work to check my schedule and to clock out. And she's like, yeah, sure. So I walk in and just everyone stares at me. Like I just killed someone. They were all staring at me. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then I walk to look at the schedule and one of the bussers runs up to me. Like one of the only cool ones. I hated all the other ones. He's like, yo, are you out this bitch? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, Devin took your name off the schedule. And Devin's my manager. That's his fake name. I was like, why? I was like confused. He's like, I don't know. You might want to go talk to him. I was like, okay. I go up to my other manager. I was like, and he didn't even know I got fired yet. And I was like, yo, you told me to come in and tell you when I clocked out? And he's like, oh yeah, you could have just called me. I was like, I didn't have your phone number, but okay. And then I go up to my other manager, you know, the one that hired me, you know, the one that's mainly in charge of me. I was like, yeah, the busser said you took my name off the schedule. And he's like, oh, I most certainly did. I was like, why? And he lays into me how I did the bare minimum, I'm a horrible worker, all this other shit. And he's like, you left early yesterday. I was like, no, I didn't. I cleaned the bathrooms. He's like, no, you did not clean the bathrooms. I was like, bitch, what the I didn't even say anything. I was like, whatever, I don't know. I wasn't even gonna try to argue with him. So he's like, so you are fired. I walked back to the kitchen and I remember this like it was yesterday because it was only about a month ago. One of the busters I hated probably the most was like, I went up to them, I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. And as I was walking out, the buster's like, he's like, goodbye, AJ. I hope I never see you again, you fucking bitch. I didn't say anything to him though. I just hopped in my mom's whip. She's like, everything okay? I was like, yeah. She's like, when do you work? Haven't made the schedule yet. I did not tell her I got fired. Oh, but wait, there's more to this story. How I got that job as a busboy there is my dad's boss's daughter worked there and got me the job. So I was understandably nervous as hell telling my parents I got fired. I came up with a plan. I came up with about 4 plans. The first like 4 didn't work, so I had to come up with something on the spot. I tried out all the plans like throughout the week. None of them worked. So Saturday, I went to a neighborhood pool that was about, I don't know, a mile away from me, and my brother dropped me off, so I had to walk home. So on the walk home, I was like, you know what, I told my parents I worked that night. I might as well tell them before I would supposedly go into work that I got fired. So I know I could not tell my dad just face to face. That'd be horrible. So what I did was I just called up my mom and I was like, okay, and she's like, what? I got fired. It was kind of like the, you know, it was like that. She was like understandably pissed for a little bit, but then she's like, okay, well, you better tell your father. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of hoping you would. And she was like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, I guess this is the last little walk of freedom I have. Until one of my friends just pulls up and he's like, yo, you need a ride? I was like, yeah, sure. And then I'm like, all right, this is the last little bit of freedom I have. And I pull into my driveway and I see my dad working on brakes. And I was like, oh shit, he doesn't know I got fired yet. Dub. Because he doesn't have his phone on him. So I go inside, I check his phone, and I see my mom, a missed call from my mom and a text saying, we need to talk. I was like, oh boy, I have a little more freedom left. So I'm chilling in my room until I hear my dad come in and check his phone. And then he calls my mom back. And to this point, I am hiding under my covers and my pillows. Just straight out hiding. Because I am literally about to get my ass beat. And then I hear my dad open the door, close it, the car turn on, and he left. I haven't seen him since. No, I'm just playing. He came back like 20 minutes later from the store. And he called my siblings down, me and my siblings down, and he's like, all right, what do you want to order for dinner? And I was just like super nervous. Like I was like, I'm just sweating because I don't know what he's gonna say. And we figure out what we're gonna order for dinner. Not really important what we got. Fried chicken. And then he just looks up at me, smiling. What time you going to work? And I was like, 5:30. And then my brother was confused, like, what's going on? And he's like, dumbass got fired. But yeah, that's the end of the story. A lot longer than the last story time. I know it was only like 4 minutes, the part 1 to this story. Anyways, guys, please leave a like and subscribe if you are new. It really does help out the channel. Anyways, guys, have a good day or night. See ya.